this video is in regards to where we're currently at in biblical times. Let's read Joel chapter 3. For behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yeah, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense on your own head. And I will sell your sons and daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So what is this? See, the end game of Scripture before the final redemption, before the Messiah returns, who is Jesus, is going back to Genesis. God gave Abraham the land to him and to his seed. The seed being the nation of Israel, also the promised seed, the Redeemer, the Messiah, which is Jesus. He also continued that on down through Moses and the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes. You know, what is Israel today? You know, the descendants of Abraham. And so the enemy's desire is to take the things of God, right? They don't want to take, other lands. They want to take the land of Israel. And ultimately, the entire world, for the most part, is against Israel. Why? Well, it's probably a supernatural thing. But what really triggers the end times, the end times, like the final minutes, is when they want to part the land, you know. And what do we see coming through all these deals that are going on is they're parting the land. They're starting down there in Gaza, which is still Israel's land. But I think they'll start moving up closer and closer too. They'll eventually probably establish a Palestinian state right there. And what are they going to do? They're going to do exactly what it says they're going to do. They're going to, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Well, they're going to part the land. What are they going to do? What are they going to do with the Jewish people? They're going to scatter them all over the earth. And of course, they're going to be persecuted when they do that because, well, they're already persecuted in most nations they're in anyway. So how we know that we're here we're not in the final hour. We're in the final half hour, maybe the final minutes even. These things are going to start ramping up quite a bit, and it'll lead to the parting of the land even more so, and then what they'll eventually start doing is scattering the people of Israel. But what God did say too is He's going to bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, so that, you know, at the end game, what it says there is He's going to take all the nations, He's going to gather them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and everybody's going to find out who's the boss. You know, what did David say? What did King David say? You know, the heathen rage and plot a vain thing against the Lord and against His anointed, but He who sits in the heavens laughs at him. You know, it's foolish, but you know, people they just don't want to believe it. They don't want to. They don't want God. Is what they don't want ultimately. But hey, they're gonna end up in a scenario where they don't have God, but I don't. They're not gonna like that. So ultimately, what's gonna happen is He's gonna gather them down there. He's gonna gather them in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and they think they're gonna take Him on, right? And that's not gonna work out too well. But after that, what God is going to do is He's gonna He's gonna bring the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, the Jewish people. He's going to gather them from all over the planet and bring them back into their land, just as He promised to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. And guess who's going to do that? It's going to be Jesus. And that's why Zechariah says they're going to mourn for him as one mourns for an only son. They're going to realize, whoops, you know, he was the one. But there's going to be a time, that's when the kingdom comes. That's when great blessings come upon the nation, and, you know, all the redeemed from all time are going to be in that kingdom. So, to the Jewish people right now, you need to accept the Messiah. You know, that's your that'll that's your ticket right there. You gotta accept Jesus as the Messiah, because this is all going to come to pass. And to the nation, this, it doesn't matter what you tell the nation, they're going to do it. This is all going to come to pass, and I think the timing of it is very soon. So um, I'm not saying it's tomorrow, but we can see these things taking place. So just wanted to say where I think we might be here. And this just isn't in Joel, you know. This isn't just cherry picking one piece. This is in multiple parts of the Bible, but it all says the same thing. This is the way it's going to go. So hope you have a good day. Think about that, and I'll have another video in the near future. Thanks.